All right, everybody, how's it going? I gotta talk real loud because the electrician's here, trenching out for the electrical for the pump. So basically, I'm just gonna be doing some foaming on the stairs, and I'll do my best to talk as loud as I can so you can kind of hear me as we're going and talking together. But first thing I like to do always, I know I'm out of the frame right now, but I like to put a nice sharp blade in my knife here. I like to put a nice sharp blade in my knife when I'm foaming because all my cuts will be a lot nicer. So I always change my knife blade, and I'll set that off to the side. It's a little safety precaution. Just wrap my knife in some duct tape. Quickest thing I can think of at the time, so nobody gets hurt when they're shoving these into the garbage. And very easy to poke your hand. So like I said, the electrician's over there. So the first thing I'm going to do, we've already gone through, we've already scraped everything down, we scraped all the old foam off, we re-caulked inside all the panel seams and everything like that. So what I like to do is I like to just take my hands and I like to feel for anything sharp on the stairs. So I like to take my hand and I feel for anything sharp on the stairs here, like I'm saying, because the hands will tell you everything that you need to know. And it's no different than when the pool fills up. Customers are walk in, they'll be able to feel all that stuff. So now we're going to go through and I'll open up nice scrap size of foam here. And this now on the stairs here, I'm using 1/8 inch foam. I'm not using 1/4 inch foam on these stairs. Reason being, I don't want to add too much material to where the stairs don't fit good. So yeah, like I said, I apologize for the loud noise, background. I don't even know how this is going to work out. If I'm going to be able to use any of this footage at all, but we're going to try. Electrician's got to trench some new power. Customer got a salt system that he bought off the internet. So we're going to plumb it in. All right, so what I like to do is just kind of hold it in the middle. Now I can cut this, so I don't have to really line anything up. I can kind of just lay that right on there and just kind of spread my hands out and go. And the front edge here I can trim with a knife. I don't have to worry about lining any of that up. So from here, it's just a matter of, same thing when I was checking for rocks and stuff like that. You just take your hand and you just keep smoothing it, working it into the little nooks and crannies in the pockets, as we call them. You run your hand and you ride it in there like nice as you can. So each step you do a little bit of trimming along the way. So this first tread right here, we'll find this pocket in here. And I make a little relief cut. And I just keep folding it. It's like laying a linoleum flooring or carpet. But like I said, having a good sharp blade is the trick to doing foam. And so you just keep riding your hand. All right, so now the front edge here, we'll trim that right across. Like I said, you don't need to line that up. You can just kind of lay it down and go. And it saves a little bit of time and effort that way. So all my scrap pieces of foam will just kind of start blowing around. So now we're ready to work up to the second step, or to the riser, I mean. Now, when we go do this next step, I'm going to be contradictive of myself because I'm going to actually line the foam up along that front edge. But I can kind of explain why I do that as I go up. Of course, it gets windy at the wrong times. But I'm just working it in. If you need to peel it back, peel it back. And you just kind of keep smoothing it, rubbing it and smoothing it until you like it. This crease should be nice and tight in here because there's a stair rod that goes there. If you don't get it nice and tight, you can always trim it and then afterwards tape it, which is what I usually do on them all anyway. So I'm going to do that here. So now the top. Now some people would just keep going with it. I don't like to have a seam of the foam on the step. So we're not going to do that. You know, if you're short on foam and you're really trying to push it, yeah, go for it. You know, do it. There are situations where I do it, but when I can, I prefer to not have any seams. I gotta ask Mason a question, so I'm just looking for him. Not quite sure where he is. I think he's loading up the truck. All right. You might get a shot of the electrician going by with the little ditch witch. All right, so we'll do the taping afterwards. We'll keep foaming for now. Hey, the clipboard, buddy. What's that all about? Was that just the extra one? Oh, I thought that was ours from today. This guy, he's messing up the whole film, buddy. I mean, that sound might sound kind of cool, though. You never know. All right. So what I can do here now is I can just kind of open it up, cut approximately the size piece that I need. Hey, I'll just cut my car. If that's a cardboard for me, I'll cut it off of the liner box. That cardboard looks old and beat up. Here, I'm all set with this one. No more eighth there. Yeah, over up on that shed over there, we had a little weird thing where a bird was like stuck up in there, or something was eating it or something. I don't know. It was weird, and then I got a little picture of it, and then all of a sudden we thought he was stuck. All right, so let me change stories, but so you see, I just lined up that whole front edge. You can do it like that, and I prefer to do it like that on the second step, just because by the time I get up to there, everything gets me pretty close, and I'm not really wasting any at that time. I always try to stay off from like kneeling on the stairs and putting any kind of imprints into the foam or anything like that. Anytime, as often as I can. So just find that pocket and come here at a 45-degree angle. Fold the foam around so everything's sitting in there, and then just trim it away. Take that out. Throw your scrap away. Now, I will sit on it, but I don't kneel on it with my knee pads. And you can see they're all dirty and stuff, you know. being conscious. I can't even talk, but being conscious about the debris that you're bringing into the pool when you're trying to keep it clean is a big thing of mine. All right, so now we're gonna work our way. I'll make my relief cut on the riser here. I am gonna have to kneel on the stairs just a little bit, but I'm just saying I try to avoid, really getting on there as much as possible. All right, so we lay our foam down. I made my relief cuts all there, so now I can kind of do my riser here, and then I can just kind of work my way up to the step. See if the wind will hold off for me. Love this big sticky. Saves so much time. Yeah, that wind really wants to fight me. All right, so I'll come in here. I just take my hand and I work it right in that crease. And the glue will help us to stick. Then you work to this side, same thing, work it in. Get a nice tight 90 as much as you can. Any rocks or anything that falls on there. Ooh, I didn't see my knife there. Alright, so now the top step. Same thing. I work the first couple inches of the step before I fold it in all the way. And then I can just kind of go in with it. It's kind of like putting a sticker down, you're just working air bubbles out one side to the other. Alright. Once we got that in there, we trim it. Can I start handing you some scraps of foam? Man, he's definitely hogging right through that ground, though. It's lucky he's not hitting a ton of rocks. I mean, it looks like he's just digging up clean ground there. All right, here's that. Oh, yeah. Let's get all this out of the air so we're not kicking stuff into the stairs. Just to kind of talk about what I was literally just talking about. Just keep everything away from the stairs so we don't kick anything in. We don't really need to be over there. Once I get my stairs foamed up, I can't stand it when people start cluttering around the stairs. I spend up to two to 3 hours cleaning the stairs. The last thing you want is for somebody to kick something in on you, I've even had it where like for instance, the electrician's here now. When he first got here, he came and walked right to the edge of the pool, and I had just finished cleaning and spraying and painting them, and I thought he was going to go walking right in on them. I've had that happen to me by customers, employees that just don't know, and so over the years, I've got a lot of PTSD of people ruining my stairs. Nothing's worse than when you got to go back. And I think I put a video out about a month ago where I was picking a rock out from underneath the stairs that got there when people were foaming. And it's all because of that, Yeah, it's unfortunate that guy's got to be up there making all that noise right now. I just duct tape that foam seam. So the sides in here we're going to do with 1/4 inch. So it's, again, right in here, you know, if the foam's making a little bit of a cove, just take your knife, trim it, and then put your tape in there as nice as you can. Just ride that hand right in there, and you know, the more you're taking your hand, and the more you're feeling the foam, the more you're gonna find stuff, the more you're gonna see stuff. So it's important to just always be riding your hands on your foam. You know, make sure you're not getting, because it really embeds itself into that foam really good. Maybe you got a view of the electrician now, maybe you don't, with his ditch witch. One-man show. I'm not going to be able to use any of those. You got them all. Feel them now. Look at. But yeah, honestly, like, not what I need from you right now. If you want something to do, I could give you something to do. Yep. You start bringing some Mickey over. I'm going to need a little bit mixed up, maybe half a bucket mixed up. I'm going to be doing a Mickey bomb. So any red bag Mickey that we got. And if you want to jump down there, grab that piece of foam or something like that, that'd be kind of cool. And yeah. Appreciate you prepping up the duck squares, but he was prepping them up and setting them right on top of the concrete patio. And I told him, I said, pick those up now and look at all the rocks that are on the back side of those. Can't use them. But, you know, hey, all you can do is just point things out and hope people pick things up, I guess. All right. Basically what I'm trying to do. Point things out so that I pick things up and so that you pick things up. This isn't all just about me. This is about improving my skills too. All right. So now we're going to do our sides. I got some foam that I had over here. So this is some scraps that I had when I was trimming. And I do believe that size-wise everything will work. So I'll just kind of cut this right in half. Set that up there. Over here where it won't blow around. Yeah. The bugs. This pool is just loaded with bugs and spiders. Alright, let's see if we can get around the corner a little bit too here. Probably not too much, but so I'm just going to line this up underneath the foam here, or underneath the coping. Yeah, I didn't even make it. That's alright. Alright, so here we find our crease. I want to make my relief cut this way, up. That way, so when I come down, I got the extra material in here. And you just kind of cut everything out accordingly. Same thing, get to here, make my relief cut up, work the foam into the creases. These are the moments where a nice sharp blade really comes in handy, I swear. Okay, so that's one side, and then we gotta trim this side. And that'll end up getting duct taped as well. Can I hand you some scraps? Bugs are really getting on me. everywhere, every job. It's weird. I feel like the bugs have been worse this year than any other year. I'm just glad the electrician's not coming inside the pool area here. Hey, hey. Some sort of animal living up in there. It was weird. Yeah, look right up in there. You'll see it. He was like hanging down, like, arr, arr. All right. So I can confirm that the electrician and the homeowner are friends. Here comes the homeowner now. Let's see. All right, where is he? Here, buddy, I got a little more. Oop, that was a bad cut. That's not my finest hour there. There we go. All right, so we just got the top stair to finish up. And I'll do some taping to the stair rods. So yeah, so once we get these stairs done, we can start fixing up the floor. Drop this liner. A little bit more big sticky. Should be it for my big stick. Now we got a fresh. I love big sticky. It's the best thing ever. Saves so much time. Okay, we're way off. I might not have cut that big enough. Ooh. Maybe I did. How did you know? That's close. Phew. Not bad. I'm gonna change your angle. Ready? There's a few small pieces in here. I didn't want to start blowing around. I'm gonna change this angle here. Let's see what we got. Hot. Phone is hot. Let's see. I like that angle. Better than nothing. Phone's in a cool spot. All right, we'll rock it. All right, now we got duct tape all our seams. I'll switch my knife blade over to a nice clean section here. Now we've already taken the time and we've chainsaw time. Homeowner and the electrician are cutting a hole into the shed there. Looks like a fun project, and I'm glad I'm not a part of. But I did relay the message about the bird. What a beautiful day we're having today. So why do we duct tape the seams? Well, so that the foam can't roll out, make little wrinkles and things like that. All right, so anyway, after we get done taping this here, we'll pre-cut our stair rods, our fiberglass stair rods that we're going to use to anchor the liner into the stairs here. I do have videos of that process out there if I can't get any on this particular job. Okay. What do you got for Mickey on over there, buddy? This is an old knife blade. I just didn't want anybody to get hurt. All right, there you go. Stairs are foamed. Like I said, these are our fiberglass stair rods right here. I got to measure and cut those to length. We're going to touch up the floor, touch up the well, this is all sand. Down on the deep end is a vermiculite hard bottom. So we're just going to make it look better than you see now. Let it set up for a few and then drop the liner.